The dark secret of Project MKUltra. In the early years of the Cold War, the United States was gripped by fear. The Soviet Union had nuclear weapons, communism was spreading, and intelligence agencies believed their enemies might have discovered something even more dangerous: mind control. Rumors began circulating that the Soviets, and even the Chinese, were experimenting with ways to control human thoughts. The idea terrified American intelligence officials. If an enemy could control the human mind, they could control spies, soldiers, and even entire governments. So in 1953, the United States secretly launched one of the most disturbing intelligence programs in history, a program known as Project MKUltra. MKUltra was created by the CIA under the direction of chemist Sidney Gottlieb. Its mission was simple, but deeply unsettling: to discover whether it was possible to control the human mind. The program quickly expanded into dozens of secret experiments, many of them conducted without the subject's knowledge. Scientists began testing powerful drugs on human participants. One substance in particular became the focus of the experiments: LSD. At the time, LSD was still a new and poorly understood psychedelic drug. CIA researchers believed it might have the power to break down a person's mental defenses, making them easier to manipulate. But instead of testing the drug safely, the agency began administering it to people without their consent. Soldiers, prisoners, hospital patients, and even ordinary civilians were unknowingly dosed with LSD. Some participants had no idea they had taken anything at all. In one infamous series of experiments, the CIA even set up secret apartments in San Francisco and New York. These locations were used for an operation called Operation Midnight Climax. The agency hired prostitutes to lure men into the apartments. Once inside, the men were secretly given LSD. CIA agents then watched from behind two-way mirrors, observing how the drug affected their behavior. The goal was to see whether LSD could be used during interrogations, but the experiments often had devastating consequences. Many subjects experienced severe psychological distress. Some suffered long-term mental damage, and in at least one case, the experiments may have led to a mysterious death. In 1953, a U.S. Army scientist named Frank Olson attended a CIA meeting. During the meeting, Olson was secretly given LSD without his knowledge. Over the next several days, Olson began experiencing severe psychological distress. Then, 9 days later, he fell from a hotel window in New York City. Officials ruled the death a suicide. But decades later, investigators began to question what really happened. Some believe Olson may have been pushed or silenced because he knew too much about the program. For more than 20 years, MKUltra remained completely secret. Even many government officials had no idea it existed. Then in the 1970s, the truth began to surface. Investigations by the United States Congress uncovered evidence of the program. The revelations shocked the public. Documents showed that the CIA had conducted hundreds of experiments involving drugs, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and psychological manipulation. Many of the subjects had never given consent, and many of the records had already been destroyed. In fact, shortly before the investigations began, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered most MKUltra files to be burned. Thousands of documents were lost forever. Because of this, the full extent of the program may never be known. Today, MKUltra remains one of the most controversial intelligence programs in American history. Some believe the experiments ended in the early 1970s. Others suspect similar research may have continued in secret. But one thing is certain: for decades, the CIA conducted experiments designed to unlock the secrets of the human mind. Experiments that crossed ethical lines and left many questions unanswered. How far did the research really go? What discoveries were made behind closed doors? And could mind control ever truly become reality? This is Obsidian Archives.
Subscribe for more mysteries.